Broadsides, a common term we hear when discussing primary documents. But what are broadsides? Well, broadsides are a poster set out to inform the public. Here we have a variety of samples. Broadsides can take many different forms. One form could be an advertisement. Another could be a public announcement put out by the government. In this one, we see Civil War volunteers. This one is a home card put out to inform the public that they need to reserve and cut back on food during the war. It says, save the wheat, save the meat, save the milk. This one supplements this home card. Here we have save the butter by not serving too much to each person. As you can see, broadsides tell us a lot about a specific time period. Let's actually take a look at one and go through the steps in analyzing a broadside. It's very important to pull all of the information off of a broadside so that students understand the historical context of the time. First, we should always look at the title. This one, Great Inducements for Volunteers in U.S. Service. It's broad and bold, and it already tells us a lot of information. Second, we should look at the picture. This one is filled with symbolism. We have an eagle, the flag, the arrows, the olive branch, totally screaming patriotism, nationalism. We move further down and we look at the narrative section. Here we have a lot of detailed pieces of information. We can see that if you volunteer, you will receive $13 per month for 3 years. In total, with all the extra fees that they are willing to pay, you would make $1,167 to volunteer during this time. Now, students might start to ask some questions, such as, how much is that? What is that worth today? Well, if we do that calculation, we could tell students that's pretty equivalent to $29,000 to $30,000 today. We go on and look that if interested, we can apply to James Reed in Lockport, New York. Down below in small writing, it also tells us that colored volunteers will receive bounties if they volunteer. If students start to actually research African American volunteers during this time, we will find out that their bounty was $7, while a white volunteer was $13, until after 1872, when equalized pay was established by Congress for all military volunteers at that time. Let's take a look at a second one. This one is an advertisement. This advertisement is showing cheapest excursions to Buffalo and return, October 24th, 1901. We go on to see that a variety of locations people could travel to Buffalo. If you look here, Boston, to buy a ticket from Boston to Buffalo in 1901, it was $7.50. If we actually look and research, we would find out that that train ticket today would cost $117. But students might ask, why would all these people across New York State and New England want to travel to Buffalo in 1901? Well, let's move further down and read through some of this narrative. We find out that the Pan American is going on at this time in Buffalo, New York. What is the Pan American? It is the World Fair. This attracted over 8 million people to this area. So you could see that this advertisement would be big news to a town. When students are researching, they might actually discover a piece of history. A piece that they might find out is that President McKinley was assassinated and shot in Buffalo in 1901. Here is a second broadside representing that event. This one is a proclamation by the governor of New York stating that September 14th, 1901 should be a day of mourning for the state in honor of the deceased president. Also, we know that broadsides exist today. Broadsides, like we said before, are posters. We see them in campaign material. This one, 1984, is very unique because this one from Mondale and Ferraro is printed in Spanish. It offers a second language, trying to attract people that speak a different language and inform them of the campaign. This one here, Democracy Still Works If You Work at It, Register to Vote. This one is published in 4 different languages in 1976. Once again, you can see broadsides were here to inform the public. So bring a broadside into your classroom and let your students explore a day in history.